Hi guys, how's it going? I'm Jordan Riz and today I'm going to do a video on SPX 6900. Let's go. So most of you guys would have seen that SPX 6900 just hit a new all-time high. It's one of like only 10 tokens out of all the top 200, 300 tokens that's actually hit a new all-time high for this year. Now, Bitcoin is one of them and SPX 6900 is one of them. And those are the pure belief assets, right? The PBAs. Those are the ones that are going to do absolutely crazy things because it's about belief. It's not about utility. It's not about hype. It's about belief. It's about diamond holding. It's about DCAing every day. Like, that's the SPX mindset. I think it's something that is underestimated, and it's something that is going to like propel SPX forward like nothing we've ever seen before. If you guys were there in 2021 when Dogecoin went from like nothing to almost, it was over $1 Australian, it was like 69 cents, 70 cents US, right? It went pretty crazy. And I was buying Dogecoin for under 1 cent before that, but I did not trust meme coins. I did not trust anything like that. So I actually sold for just a 3x or 4x. If I just held that would have been like a large chunk of cash. I think I would have been over $500,000, right? If I just held that and sold, even if I just held it, even after it dropped down, it still would have been very significant money. And so I'm not going to make the same mistake again, guys. I've made that mistake. I'm not doing it again. I'm hodling, guys. I know where this is going. The market, like if you guys look at crypto searches in Google right now, it is super low for crypto and Bitcoin searches for retail. Yet SPX is hitting its all-time high. Bitcoin's hit its all-time high. Well, Bitcoin just crossed 123,000 a few days ago. SPX is hitting on $1, $71.80. Soon it's going to be $2. Soon it's going to be $3, and then $4, and it's going to keep climbing. And Bitcoin's going to hit $200,000, maybe $300,000 this cycle. Who knows? But like this stuff is happening. Just wait till retail really get here. It might be a while. It might be 3-4 months, maybe 5 months. Who knows? But it's going to absolutely be insane. And we're already going to be sitting, I think SPX will be sitting on more than 10 billion before retail even really start to get in. So, that's already like a 5.5, 6x from here, just if you hodl just that amount of time. But I think it's really worth looking into if you haven't checked it out already. The community is insane. There's like, I've got a comic book back there. There's a book back there based on SPX 6900, explaining it all, the tokenomics, all the different aspects of it. It's so cool. I really love it. You can see I've got a variety of books here. I really like to read books like Think and Grow Rich, $100 Million Leads, Big Money Energy. I've got a lot of entrepreneur books like that, and I've run lots of businesses, and I've done fairly well in business. And I like to see trends before they happen. I'll show you guys this cable here. I'm not sure if you can make it out there. Let's see if we can do that. This party link. Probably can't read the writing because it's a bit hard to focus there. But it's a party link cable. I made this on Amazon. And I was the very first person to make a VR USB dedicated cable for the Oculus headset.
You'll also need a high quality USB cable to connect the Quest to your PC. Now, I've tested a lot of cables over the past week or so, and it's become very clear that not all cables are made the same. Now, the only cable that worked when the update released earlier on today is the Party Link cable. It has a right angle USB-C connection.
The VR headset, and my cable flew off the shelf. I was the only one that actually put one out there on day one of when they launched their connecting your computer to the VR using the USB-C. And it was a 3-meter cable, the Party Link cable. It sold like crazy. I was selling more than $100,000 in a month consistently. I actually ran all the way up to $250,000 in 1 month. It's pretty crazy. And then, of course, lots and lots of competitors came out. But I saw the gap in the market there, and I got in there. And so I've been pretty good at finding trends and getting products out there and finding gaps in the market. And I see that with SPX 6900. There's only really one asset that I would ever like to buy and just hold and not have to look at the charts at all, other than Bitcoin, is SPX 6900. All day long. So, and I'm not alone. There's literally over 187,000 holders now of SPX 1600. It's growing thousands by the day at this point. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we're more than 1 million holders by the end of the year. And if the price is, at least 10 to 100 times higher. And it's not really about the price. It's about the long-term vision. It's making money is awesome, and that's really good. But I can really see SPX 1600 being it's like a fresh start for all the people that missed Bitcoin. Right? And most of you guys missed Bitcoin. I actually was mining Bitcoin, but I didn't hold on to it. So I technically missed Bitcoin too. So I was selling my Bitcoin after mining it at about $300 USD per Bitcoin. I was selling them when I was mining them on my computers. I had a bunch of computers set up. Now, I then rebought Bitcoin in 2019, I think it was around 2019, for about $8,000 USD. So from $300 to $8,000. So I missed the very bottom of it, right? In the hundreds of dollars range. I had friends that even bought in the dollar range for Bitcoin. They bought for Silk Road, if you know what I mean. So, Bitcoin was quite cheap back then. And so I feel like that's exactly what's happening right now with SPX 1600. It's another opportunity for people to get in early, really help change a lot of lives. If you have $10,000 right now and you put in Bitcoin, by the end of the year you might have $30,000, maybe $40,000 if you're really lucky. Is that going to change your life? You can maybe get a deposit for a house with that. Maybe in Australia, not really. That's only like 5%. Right? A decent house here is at least $800,000 or more. So that's not even enough for a deposit for a house. So no, that's not life changing. But if you put that $10,000 into SPX, okay, and it does 100x, what does that mean? That means you've now got $1 million. Now you can buy that house outright. You don't need to put a 5% deposit down. You can now buy that house outright. So I see SPX 1600 minting many, many millionaires. And the cool thing is, if you've been in the trenches and you've been, researching into crypto for multiple years, you'll see this opportunity and you'll jump at it and you get in early. So it's really good if you can do that. Not financial advice. Nothing I ever say is financial advice. But I have put a lot of my money in there. Basically full port at this point. It's crazy when you go up like $45,000 overnight, right, while you're sleeping. I was thinking a lot about it, $45,000. People these days in their 20s would take, 5 years of really, really hard saving, maybe even longer, just to save up $45,000. And I made it last night overnight while I was sleeping, just while holding SPX 1600. Yes, I've got a lot of money in there, but it's that would not have happened with Bitcoin, right? If I had in Bitcoin, maybe I would have gone up like $5,000, maybe less. But it's I think you guys get the gist of what I'm trying to put down. Definitely do your own research. If you want any merch, SPX6900gear.com is a merch store that I've helped set up. So definitely check that out. And thanks for watching this video, guys. Just a real quick one. Just want to really dive a little bit deeper into SPX6900 and why I like it, and what I think it can do for you. Again, not financial advice, but I put my money where my mouth is. I always have. I haven't always come out on top. There was a token I used to be into. I won't name it, but it had utility, and the team let us down. They didn't do what they said they were going to do, and the utility did not come out, and therefore the token price went down significantly. And I got out of that one with like a $300,000 loss. Okay, which is about basically half my money. Okay, I put $600,000 in, pulled $300,000 out. That's not that bad, right? To lose half your money. I didn't lose like 90% of it, which unfortunately some people I know are still in that token and have lost 90% of the value. Maybe it'll come back later in the cycle, but I don't want to risk it after the team has just absolutely stuffed up everything they said they were going to do. So what I'm saying is I haven't always hit home runs. but I've generally done quite well. And to be fair, that token did go up for a while, and I was actually in over 7 figures for. It was about over 3 months. I was in 7 figures and I didn't cash out, so that was my bad. So technically that one still did well, but then it tanked. So the thing with SPX 6900, there's no utility, which is actually a benefit, guys. The utility is a community, but there's no team that's trying to push out features that might get delayed. There is no there's no utility that's not going to come out, that they change the roadmap at the last second. There's no promising this, promising that. It is what it is, and everyone knows what it is. And if you believe in it, you believe in it, and if you don't, you don't. And over time, it's attracting people, guys. There's a reason why SPX 1600 is the best performing asset over the last 3 years. In 2023, it did more than 100x. In 2024, it did more than 100x. You guys think SPX 1600 is not going to do another 100x? It is, easily. So, not financial advice, but grab a bag. Do it. DCA SPX 6900 if you want to live. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.